Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining the Master of Arts in Visual Art Program Information Seminar. I'm Kyungjin Shin, the director of the MA program. I will be presenting the Master of Arts in Visual Art program at AVA, a program that many of you may find intriguing and wish to apply for. Let me introduce the structure of the program, courses, as well as the application process. So let me briefly introduce myself first. I'm an assistant professor at AVA and the MA program director. I'm artist and researcher, mainly teaching sculpture and media art courses. You can find more detailed information, including my profile, research output, and artwork at AVA's website, presented here. And if you have any questions about the program, you also can contact me at this email address. So these are the main members who are running the MA program. Professor Andreas Kraki is the director of the AVA. He is artist and researcher in media art and has been in academia and education for the past 20 years. And myself as program director and also concentration coordinator of studio and media arts. We actually have two concentrations in the MA program as we do in the BA program. One is the studio and media arts, and the other is craft and design. I will be explaining about these concentrations in more detail later. So I'm the one who takes care of the studio media art concentration, and Professor Anna Chin is taking care of the craft and design concentration. She is also assistant professor in product design at AVA. And Vicky Yan, who is also attended this presentation, and our administrative staff, she's helping us with all the administrative tasks. So let's move on to our students and school life. So the nationality of our students is diverse. I would say majority of the students in the program are from the mainland, and some of them have already studied abroad in other countries before entering AVA, so their background is quite diverse. And of course, we used to have international students before, and also have Hong Kong local students. And this year, we have 4 fantastic local students. And we are a group of up to 30 to 32 students in the program. And this year we have 32 students. And the number depends on the admission process. So it changes every year, but we try to keep it around 30. I think this number is ideal for sharing ideas in class activities and building up a close relationship within the cohort, and also an alumni network. So we promote students' engagement through group discussions, in-class activities, workshops, and field trips to foster a sense of unity within the group. Over the year of the study in the program, they build up a sense of community, and at the end of the year, they make up a community and network that can last long even after graduation. So the objective of the program is to nurture artists and designers. As I mentioned, we have 2 concentrations, roughly speaking, fine art and design. So we try to guide them according to their concentration. For example, we encourage fine art students to ask questions and design students to solve problems. Hong Kong is increasingly becoming an ideal environment for young artists and designers to study and build their careers. The art landscape in Hong Kong has evolved significantly in both quantity and quality. Huge museums such as M+ and Heritage Museum have opened in the West Kowloon Cultural District, among many others, and they have led the changes in the overall ecosystem in the Hong Kong art scene. For instance, M Plus has introduced a Young Artist Prize to support emerging talents in Hong Kong and also mainland, providing them with enhanced opportunities to exhibit their work to the wider audience. In addition, the Hong Kong Museum of Art has been renovated and reopened, and Tai Kwun has been renovated as a cultural and artistic venue. Its contemporary art exhibition space introduces interesting art exhibitions and events every year. International art fairs such as Art Basel and Art Central are held annually. Each spring, the entire art scene in Hong Kong transforms into a vibrant hub featuring international artists and their works. And Digital Art Fair and Business Design Week are other important events in the design and digital art sectors. And also, there are the tour at PNQ, another big design art festival, and New Vision Art Festival supporting performing arts. So these venues and events have largely influenced the whole ecosystem of the Hong Kong art scene. So our MA program tries to take advantage of this environment by providing lots of field trips, guest talks, guided tours, etc. Our program is designed to help students develop individual practice-based research, develop professional knowledge in art and design, and have an international perspective. And let me move on to the details of the concentrations. As I mentioned earlier, we offer two concentrations, studio and media arts and craft and design. When you apply to the program, you will be asked to indicate your choice of concentration. So these are the kinds of principles under each concentrations for your information. Studio and media arts concentration include painting, drawing, Chinese painting, calligraphy, sculpture, installation, photography, video, sound art, interactive art, spatial media, including VR and AR. While craft and design concentration covers glass art, jewelry, ceramics, graphic design, illustration, photography, product design and furniture design, and wearables, and experience design, and media design, and printmaking. In practice, there's no strict boundary between the two because most of the students' practice are interdisciplinary. And also all the MA students will take the same courses together during their study. However, your chosen concentration will be stated on your graduation certificate. So when deciding, please consider which concentration you like to appear on your certificate. But once you enter, there will be a chance to change this concentration in the beginning of the semester. And for a year of study, we provide 4 core courses. As you can see here, research methodology for the visual arts, visual art theory and criticism, critically engaged creative practices in context, art and the public, interpretation and presentation. So the first 2 courses are more theory-based, where you can learn how to conduct research and write a paper. And the last 2 courses are also theory courses, but through some more hands-on experiences and group activities. So even though they are based on research, the outcome often ends up with completing creative group projects or group exhibitions. And the studio project courses are where students develop their own creative projects. It has regular classes every week, actually 5 hours a week, and also students have regular individual meetings with their supervisors once or once in a week or once in 2 weeks, something like that. So the classes are led by three instructors, including myself, with diverse backgrounds in art and design. And we provide lectures, workshops, field trip, or discussions in this course. And every semester, we also try to invite a diverse range of guest speakers, including active professionals in the field and sometimes PhD students to share their insights. And building on these activities that support their creative and research processes, students work toward developing their own original projects for the final exhibition held in July. So each MA students can choose one supervisor in developing their creative projects among those who are working full-time or part-time as teaching or academic staff at AVA. We have a group of international teaching and academic staff, so you will work closely with your supervisor by having regular meetings and presentations. And if you're interested in who will be the supervisors, who is potential supervisors, you can check AVA website. And most importantly, this is a scholarship available for local students, which is called the Hong Kong Future Talents Scholarship Scheme for Advanced Studies, FTSS. The number of awards varies each year because it depends on the total number of local students in the cohort. However, we typically have 1 to 3 recipients every year. The assessment criteria include academic achievements and professional qualifications and relevant working experience, as well as previous creative projects included in the portfolio. And the scholarship awardees shall pay a minimum tuition fee, for example, 47K Hong Kong dollar for the next academic year, and the differences will be subsidized by the scholarships. So I believe this scholarship is a great opportunity for local students. For admission process, you require to submit all the necessary documents and certificates, including relevant bachelor degree, and also portfolio, including 5 to 10 images of your previous work, and project proposal, which is about your the project you wish to complete during your study in the program. So template is available on the website, and English proficiency requirements. And sometimes applicants come from non-art background. And of course, they are still eligible to apply. And in such cases, we place greater emphasis on reviewing their portfolios. So after reviewing this submission, we will offer the interview opportunity. For English requirements, there are 2 options. If your bachelor degree is obtained from a recognized institution where English is the medium of instruction, in this case, you don't need to submit English test results. And otherwise, you have to provide any of the following English test results, including TOEFL and IELTS or SET 6. So the test results should be within 2 years from the date of issuance of the admission offer letter. And from this slide, it is about more general information about AVA. HKBU has many campuses in Hong Kong, and among them, AVA uses two campuses, one in Kowloon Tong and the other in Kai Tak. And this is the building of our Kowloon Tong campus. Yeah, in our Kowloon Tong campus, the building has facilities and workshops for photography, audio and video work, and digital art. And we have a very good glass workshop. We also have jewelry workshop, Chinese art workshop, and graphic design and product design workshop also. And another campus is in Kai Tak. Our Kai Tak campus is very spacious and has facility more suitable for traditional art disciplines, including sculpture, ceramics, painting, drawing, printmaking, research, and community art. And this is our computer room. And this is workshop. We actually have two workshops in both campuses. And computer rooms. And these are the photos taken from classes in the MA program. So every semester we have mini exhibition at the end of the semester. So students are required to do presentation. And we have two mini exhibitions, yeah. As I mentioned during the study, and at the end of the study, you will have graduation exhibition in July. And this is also the photo taken from the class and mini exhibition. And also mini exhibition and in-class critic, yeah, group critic. And we also go on a study trip, not only within Hong Kong, but also to abroad. Previously, we went to mainland or Korea, and it has been suspended during the pandemic, but we can resume it in the near future. At the end of the year, we have a graduation exhibition, as I mentioned, normally in early July at the Kai Tak campus. And we have a big exhibition space called AVA Gallery in the first floor. And also the whole campus will turn to a exhibition space for this graduation exhibition. So these are the photos taken from the graduation exhibition. And yeah, so compared to the bachelor degree BA exhibition, we have more students in BA program, but we only have 30-something students at MA program, so we have more space for graduation exhibition. So sometimes students occupy one room for installation and projection and performance. And this is also graduation exhibition photo. Yeah, so these are the photos taken from the last year show, which was held last summer in July. And this photo, this group photo is taken from the opening ceremony. And one unique aspect of the MA program is the student-led exhibition committee, which is formed and run entirely by students. So they take full responsibility for every aspect of final exhibition, including developing the theme, promotion, fundraising, and exhibition design. So this provides a valuable hands-on experience not only for students interested in curating, but also for everyone in the program. So our last cohort graduated last year, and with any year, every year, we created a dedicated exhibition website and Instagram page. So I put the QR code here to the Instagram page, where you can see all the exhibition photos from the previous exhibitions. So please feel free to visit them to see examples of students' work and activities. I also put the link at the end of the presentation. So, and yeah, this is the photo taken from the previous exhibition opening, and this is the graduation ceremony. Yeah, so this is the end of my presentation. So maybe we can have Q&A session after the presentation by Mimi, right? And these are the links. And the first one is HKBU. The next one is AVA, and we have AVA YouTube website and also AVA Instagram. And the last one is the link that I already showed you, MA Grad Show Instagram. Yeah, so maybe Mimi already arrived in the room.
Yes, I'm here. Like, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Okay, thank you.
So this is the end of my presentation, and we are going to have a Q&A session after alumni talk. So maybe I can stop sharing.
Okay, maybe I'll try sharing my screen.
Okay.
Okay, let me just adjust it. Okay, is it working?
Yes. Yeah, I can see. Yep.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Mimi Choi, and I'm truly appreciative and honored to be invited by Professor GJ, the program director, to share my learning experience from the last year in the Master of Arts in Visual Art program at the Hong Kong Baptist University. And also, I attach my email here in case anyone is interested in the program or my artworks. So please feel free to email me if you have any questions. Then today I would like to share and mention myself a little bit as an opening introduction, simply for you to get along with me better. Then the aim and the theme of my artistic concept, like the reason why I keep creating the artworks, the grants to apply for this program. And after that, I will briefly explain part of my study journey, like the difficulties that I encountered and faced in the studio. And last but not least, the outcome to be exhibited and displayed in the MAVA grad show. And we will have the Q&A sections after all. About myself, I am an artist inspired by the beauty of the nature and the history of my hometown in the Hong Kong. So I focus on the themes like urban mental transformation, the spirituality and also humanity, the natural resilience. My artworks usually embody the texture, the color, the mark making, meditating on the relationship between the colors and also the atmosphere. I work chiefly in acrylic, like different types of the medium and texture, soft and oil pastel, color pencils on canvas and wood board. So I attempt to apply a mixture of scratches and wipes to create the rough patterns and the things. The style preferences are the romanticisms, impressionisms, and symbolisms. And as you can see, I created several artworks in school, in my BA and also MA program. Some are the school assignments for the expressive and experimental testing, like here on top, like the yellow one. The series on the urban texture, And with the mark makings of the toothpicks, the acrylic and also watercolor, the combinations of the Chinese and Western cultural pigments, like apply for like Chinese swan paper and also the Western canvas together to make an abstract one, and also the installations. So attend with the color palette and different kinds of the materials and media. During this program, like the MAVA program, you will have more opportunities to pursue and chase your own style and to break through the standard approaches to meet the new mixed media techniques and the ideas. So I would call it like really creative, and also the interdisciplinary courses can nurture you, the creative talents through the contemporary research methodologies, the professional knowledge and the skills, and also the cross-cultural awareness in the diverse visual art studio practices. About the aim and the theme of why I applied for this program and also keep creating and motivating myself to become an artist. My art concept was literally inspired by the past personal experience and my encounterings. I aim to explore how the nature to cure and soothe the evils and torments that still haunt me. So the art outcomes mainly focus on the natural light, the how it comes, giving us the warmth, alleviates the disturbance to minimize the anxiety. And this led me to the questions of how to lead to get through this, and how do these natural elements accumulate a bridge to our spiritual mind and well-being, and etc. And clearly, my project is biased to be a therapeutic and self-help medium. So you can do anything you like in the studio and also in these courses. I have processed and meditate on some memories and distress. So they gain and taught me a lot of the reflections and the growth. As artists who have the identical things or similar stuffs, I want to continuously encourage myself and artists to keep motivating positively and giving like a healthy and wholesome directions. I would like to investigate the natural lights around me and capture the warmth and buoyant exuberance. So at the very beginning of the whole semester, I would divide it into three parts, like my first intentions of like why I'm making the artwork, the questions to keep asking myself, and also the scopes to build like a framework of your artwork. And according to the study journey, apparently the whole course will be divided into two critical semesters. The first semester will include the research methodology, the situationist approach to generating your own concepts, sharing your ideas for your peer, your supervisors, and your tutors to review, and finalize your theme decisions. Then in the second semester, these are the several tasks that you must or you have to do, is to learn to do the spade work on the existing theories and to create for yourself with more practical and professional exercises. And you will have to do a lot of experimentations with your own artistic concepts or your artwork, your project, your site research for your findings. And once your artwork is completed, like here, it will be displayed at the MAVA graduation exhibition show in the campus that Professor GJ just mentioned before in Kaitap. And I want to remind you, like the dates of handing the paper, the dissertation is different from the MAVA grad show. So you have to pay attention to it. About my progress to making the artwork, at the very beginning, I will come up with the ideas of what I want and wish to do and examine them against the database and resources in the library, like daily life and even the works I have created before. So for example, like here, you could see I do the book reviews called The Hidden Sense with the Synesthesia in Art and Science, because my project is to do the therapeutic things, scientifically stuffs, and also the humanity, like the human brain. And also I did the photo collections, like the mood board, and finding the reference repeatedly. I think sometimes the long-related reference and the papers will be helpful and also advantageous, because it can sometimes solve the questions and issues that you have during your progress. One thing to note is that I did the autoethnography as well by recording my everyday life experiences and emotions. And by taking along, I dropped down the detailed notes from the tutorial in my book. And I think they're really instrumental because they can remind you of what you have been taught and also experiences. Then you can pick and abandon any of them to combine with others. And you would do a lot of mind maps during the tutorials and also the classes. And yeah, more examples. I suggest the students to do more interpretations and also the findings from the theoretical courses, because it is also helpful for you to build your own concepts and the standpoint to support your art project to present them to the public. And you will have to do the self-reading and findings. For examples, like here, the book is called The Dark Side of the Nature, Science, Society, and the Fantastic in the work of the Odile Redon, who is the French artist famous in the symbolism. And maybe the students can hang out with their friends, the peers, and even like a group of people to the public places to find different art forms, presentable materials or mediums. And yeah, I face a lot of difficulties too. Indeed, sometimes I will need to choose only one element from what I have found after many attempts and losing again in the essays and also findings, resources, just like picking the needles from the sea. And these ideas would be overthrown and overruled because they were too on the surface without depth. So I suggest that you can regenerate and revisit the theories and ideas repeatedly to make the comparison with your artwork's concepts. The initial concept for the artwork theme is just one of the possibilities at the very beginning. So it will keep changing. And I recommend not to finalize your theme that early, but to maintain the core things and expand them more further. Some abstract and complicated theoretical standpoints may be among your core ideas to create an artwork. So it is a good way to scour every options, the attempts, and test as much as you can during the studio and ask the advice to your supervisors and peers. And in here, these are the examples from my experimentations in the studio. I fatal and abandoned a lot of them. In here, like my Polaroids on the paper testing, the artist references, the materials and medium testing, the 3D modeling to test the event, and the site layout within the floor plan, the drawings, the collections, the paintings, and also here, like what Professor Gigi just mentioned, the mini exhibitions, you will hand them all in your spaces. And yeah, I would do a lot of notes within the test works and also the images to show my inspiration, the visions, and also the readings, highlighting the keywords to be repeatedly scrutinized, and also more attempts with the oil, soft pastel, color pencils, charcoals on canvas, papers, and diverse texture. And at the end, I just abandoned this one, which I think is the most funniest part because I really love this painting, but I don't think it fits with my concept. So you have a lot of decisions to make during your progress. And about the outcome, I decided to build and make an installation that includes the drawings, the documentations, and photographs in my space, like the space allocations that you have in the Kaita campus in AVA. And the content of the hours will be depicted in like documentation style, the descriptions of the relationship among the window, the family, and anxiety disorder. And I guess that my phone will be 24 pieces of the color pencil, pastel, charcoal, and soft linen cottons, 2 photographs like the Polaroids, which are framed on the wall, and also 3 self-made bullets. About the installations, every student needs to set up at their chosen site, like the place, and install it by themselves. I first calculated the space, average height, and lighting. You can see the ladder here, and also the preparations to be prepared. And for the artworks, then hand them by myself. Students can borrow the materials and also the tools from the school staff, but I advise students to bring their own utensil to shorten the time spent from borrowing and fussing around. Because from my experience, sometimes many students want to use the same tool, so other students have to wait, which wasted a lot of time. You can take this opportunity to practice your device skills and also ask for help if you need it. About the MAVA grad show team, I would like to share my experience as the student representative and the president of the MAVA grad show committee. One thing the student need to be aware of is that the exhibition, which means the MAVA graduation exhibition show, will be entirely hosted and managed by you and your classmates. Of course, you can reach out to and inquire about your school tutors and staff if you have any questions, but most of the work and responsibility will be on you. So the students need to draft the grad show proposal for the school to reference and approve. And 7 teams in here: design, editorial, PR, finance, setup, event, and also photography will be worked together coherently. The most important thing is to keep track of time and to create a key visual, like here, the design team, identifying the sponsor outreach, the show statement, and also the budget plan, etc. And yeah, the timeline. The preparation will mainly be conducted in the second semester, starting from February, to make up the key visual and its elements that will be shown on the propaganda, like social media, Instagram, Facebook, Wildly, and the initial budget plan, the show statement that everybody needs to discuss and consult as the team, the proposal, the workshops and events that will be held during the exhibition period, and the sponsor letter and outreach. And yeah, after April, you will do a lot of confirmation with the poster, the designs, the sponsors, and also space allocations. And yeah, the most important things is in July. I recommend that maybe the students, the committee can set up the timeline first, no matter what methods like Excel and digital timetable, to remind them of the important dates and ensure the MAVA grad show can be accomplished on time successfully. And you and your team members can make the remarks on it openly too, for others to read and comment. And I guess maybe the date of the opening ceremony at dismantle or exhibition time will be a bit different from 2025. So you have to pay attention to it. The time that for setting up presentations, opening ceremony, exhibition, dismantle, and also you can drop down some notes for others to review tentatively. And about the committee structure and the role, there will be a president and vice president to manage the other teams and make the announcement as part of the dominance. And each time, the team will have its own leaders. I recommend that the team leaders follow the timeline to remember or remind the members to finish the task before the deadline and report to the president and vice president, because it will make the handover process more easier to understand and comprehend. Like every student must be responsible and considerate, so they will work together, and if someone is in need, please help them. These are the 2025 MAVA grad show poster designed by our committee, which is mainly showcasing the green color blocks and also eco-friendly styles. The central theme is called Symbiosis, featuring the photos from the July exhibitions. And also you see the sponsors at the time, the QR code. And then also the photos from the exhibitions and opening ceremony. There will be the students to host the opening, and different guests, the spectators and also audience will come over and see your work. You can introduce them yourself and also your artwork if they have any inquiries. Photos and yeah, I mean, like the MFA courses is really creative and also interdisciplinary diversely, because every student can make their own work with their own artistic concepts, with the boundaries. Like here, it's called entropy in Galaxy, with the oil on canvas, the Chinese culture and ancient systems or behaviors with the ceramics, the body shings with the gender, and also and other installations. And this is my hour as well. It's the installation called When I Condense with the Windows at Home. And yeah, there would be a guided tour happened and also played it in the opening ceremony. And yeah, I mean, maybe this is the end of my sharing, and we will have the Q&A sessions. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat box or ask us directly.